Are you ready?
I am MW, and this is my world. And today is Story Time Sunday. It's when I have stories that I have in my head and I bring it out to y'all. So last time we left off, Johnny had just killed Derek Blitz. And he's on his way to the strip club to kill Alejandro Alexander. He didn't have no rest time. He didn't have time to really think about it. He just went straight there with some of the injuries that Derek Bliss has left on him already. So Johnny gets to the strip club, and no, there's a bouncer there. There's not that many people there because every Thursday, Alejandro likes to rent out the whole strip club for himself. So Johnny gets there, and it's a bouncer at the door. He said, "No one's in. Today is Thursday." And Johnny just sliced the throat of the bouncer. Johnny don't care about casualties. He's not one of the good guys. He's just a guy who does things for money. But this right here is personal. So Johnny slices his throat and goes into the strip club. There's a dancer dancing at the pole. There's a bartender getting ready to prepare a drink because Alejandro likes his drink right after his dance with Cindy. Cindy is Alejandro's favorite stripper. He goes there. He's just fascinated by her. She's Asian American, and she's a very beautiful woman, and he enjoys her time. So around 10 o'clock, he goes upstairs into a room that's only covered by a sheet, and she gives him a good dance for about an hour, and he talks about his day and everything. He confides in her. So Johnny asked the dancer that's already dancing on the pole, "Where's Alejandro?" And she just points up and the room that's lit. So he goes upstairs and he pulls out his knife, and then he just rips the sheet open. He said, "Long time no see." Alejandro gets spooked, throws the stripper off of him, and grabs for his gun and tries to shoot Johnny. Johnny wrestles with him with the gun and gets the gun instead. And when Johnny grabs the gun, Alejandro, he wears his gauntlets wherever he goes. Everybody think he cosplaying, but it actually is a deadly weapon. So when he grabs the gun, he punches Johnny in the chest, and Johnny flies back and falls off the balcony. As he's flying back, he's shooting. He shot 2 shots. One shot Cindy in the head, and the other shot grazed Alejandro in the arm, and Johnny just hits the ground hard as shit. Bam! And he's on his back, and he's trying to work his way up. Alejandro jumps off the second floor and trying to land on Johnny's head when he comes down with his fist. Boom! Johnny rolls out the way, and when he rolls up with the gun, Alejandro slams Johnny onto the ground, and the gun slides under the bar. Bartender gets spooked and he just runs out the back door. And Johnny gets up and Alejandro gets up, and he said, "Where's your gun?" He said, "I ain't bring a gun." He said, "It's gonna be me and you, 1-on-1. Alejandro was like, "You know what? That was my last gun." He said, "Normally I don't bring guns into the strip club, but I just had a sneaking suspicion to bring one today." He said, "Whoever wins this little fight of ours get to go back there and grab the gun and shoot the other person in the head." Johnny pulls out his dagger and he said, "Deal." So Alejandro, he gets up, with his gauntlets, and they're circling around each other. They're on the dance floor, and it's a big ass dance floor. Then on the corner of the room there's a stripper pole and the walkway. Everybody knows what a strip club looks like. If you don't, look it up. And there's a bar, there's a support beam on each end, and then there's a bar that's far off where the gun slid under. Johnny's back is towards the bar, and they just get ready to fight. So Johnny tries to slash at him. He blocks it with his gauntlet, and then he punches Johnny in the stomach. Johnny flies back, and he took the opportunity to rumble Johnny and he hit Johnny 2 times to the side, and he was about to go for the face. Johnny dodged that face shot and slashed him in the rib, and then he barrel rolls and he bounces up. Alejandro like, "All right, you got me." licks his blood. And then he charged back at Johnny again. Now Johnny's facing the bar this time. So Johnny dodged the first 2 punches, and then just Superman punched him in the face. He steps back a little bit, and then Johnny kicks him in the side of the neck, and he kneels down, and then Johnny just uppercuts him. He flies back and lands on his back. Johnny got on top of him and trying to punch him in the face. Trying to slash him in the face with his dagger. Like I said, the dagger had little brass knuckles, and then that dagger part. He dodges that. Make sure when Johnny punched him, he made sure he didn't dodge this way and got slashed in the face. When he dodged it, he flips Johnny over. Johnny bounces up, and then he just punched Johnny in the stomach, and Johnny hits the support beam. When he trying to hit Johnny in the face, Johnny ducks and trying to slash him in the side again. But then he grabs the dagger, and then he throws it back, and it hits the support beam that's behind Alejandro. It sticks to the support beam. That he picks up Johnny, and then just punches him in the stomach through the support beam onto the bar. So Johnny's on the bar like this, arm on the bar area. So he runs up and he punches Johnny in the stomach again, and Johnny felt one of his ribs crack. When he pulled back and he about to hit Johnny in the face, Johnny ducks under and hits him in the ducks under, and then just picks him up and flips him over the bar. When he flips over the bar, he smashes against the shelf, knocking all the alcohol off the shelves. All the glasses landing on him. When he opens his eyes, he's like this when it's all falling. When he opens his eyes, he sees the gun. Johnny jumps over the bar and steps on the gun before he can grab it. Then Johnny knees him in the face and then just kind of slides the gun under the bar into the middle of the dance floor. Then Johnny knees him again in the face, and he kind of backs off a little bit, and then Johnny's just punching him on top of his head. Then picks him up and flips him back over the bar. When Johnny jumps over the bar, he stood up quickly and he pinned Johnny against the bar like this. So Johnny's face is exposed. He pinned Johnny's face down, and then he comes down and he just punched Johnny in the face. And blood's all over the side of his face. And then he goes for another punch. Johnny kicks him again in the ball. He said, "Man, what's up with the ball shots?" And Johnny just raises up, headbutts him, and pushes him away and checks his face. Got the big gash mark on his face. So he gets, they both comes to again. They're squaring up again. Johnny rushes him this time and starts just hitting him in the stomach. He's holding Johnny like this, and he's taking those stomach shots, and then he just knees Johnny in the face. And then he just throws Johnny over here where the gun was at. Then when he remembered the gun was over there, he runs over there, and Johnny tries to grab for it. He steps on the gun, knees Johnny in the face, and then he punched Johnny as hard as he could in the chest. Johnny flies back towards the support beam where his dagger was at. Alejandro picks up the gun, cocks it. Johnny hears that, grabs the dagger, and just throw it hard as he could, and it just hits Alejandro right in the middle of the head. Alejandro had the gun pointed at Johnny, and he just kind of froze. When he lets out 2 gunshots towards Johnny, Johnny runs and he just nicks him in the shoulder. Johnny grabs the dagger that was on his head, and this way comes down all the way to the side of his back, down his spine, all the way down. Bam! Then Alejandro just drops down to his knees. Johnny's breathing heavy. They back to back. Alejandro drops the gun and just lets out a whole bunch of blood out of his mouth. He said, "Why?" He said, "Because you tried to kill me." He said, "I know what you and Yukamari trying to do. You're trying to take me out the game." Alejandro was like, "Johnny, it's not always about you." And just falls face down to a pool of blood. Johnny cleans off his dagger and puts the dagger away in his holster. And then he hears a phone ring. He looks down, and Alejandro's back pocket was lighting up. He took the phone out of Alejandro's pocket. The screen was cracked, but he can read the name of it. The name said Yukumari. So Johnny answers the phone, and Yukumari's on the other end. He said, "Just so you know, Derek Blitz is dead." And Johnny said, "I know. I killed him." Yukumari looked at the phone, put the phone back to his ear. He said, "Johnny boy, Johnny boy, Johnny boy, I thought I killed you." He said, "Yeah, I know. That's why I'm about to come for you. Where you at? Give me your location and I'll meet you there." He said, "Johnny, it's not always about you." He said, "But if you are dying to meet me, you can meet me tomorrow night." He said, "I'll be in a warehouse secluded from the city." He gave him GPS locations and he gave him a time to meet him there. And listening to this is James. James can hear the whole conversation, and James is just at his computer screen, just balled up in the fist, and just his hand in his head like so. And Johnny said, "I'll be there tomorrow night at 9. He said, "And by the way, Johnny, don't bring any cops. It's just gonna be me and you." He said, "What if it's a trap? What if you're trying to set me up?" He said, "Well, that's for you to decide." Hangs up the phone. Johnny throws the phone shatters the phone on the ground, and he leaves the the strip club. Meanwhile, on the other end, Yukumari hangs up the phone, and behind him you see 10 armored men. They each got assault rifles, and they're wearing police uniforms. And they said, "So, are we still gonna go after the girl?" He said, "No. Actually, I want you to go after James." He said, "Sir, are you sure?" He said, "I am positive. James Solomon dies tomorrow." He said, "All right, sir." And then the officer, he said, find him. You only got until tomorrow to find him." He said, "Yes, sir," and takes off. Kumari's like, "Johnny boy, Johnny boy, Johnny boy, tomorrow you die." End of the episode. If y'all still following so far, Blitz and Alejandro is dead, and Yukumari and Johnny about to have a showdown. So if y'all interested in it, please check it out next Sunday. And also on Saturday, like I said, we're bringing back Video Trio Saturday, and we're going to be doing things a little different. So I am MW, this is my world, and hope you enjoy it. Peace.